Welcome to my channel Mintage Mysteries, where every coin has a hidden story. If you love discovering hidden treasures and uncovering coin secrets, you're in the right place. We're on a quest to solve the puzzles behind the world's most fascinating coins. From rare errors to legendary rarities, let's dive into the mysteries of numismatics. The 2007 Lincoln penny represents a continuation of one of the most iconic and longest-running coin series in United States history. The origins of the Lincoln cent date back to 1909, a year chosen to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. At that time, the U.S. Mint broke with tradition by placing the image of a real historical figure, President Abraham Lincoln, on a circulating American coin. Prior to this, U.S. coinage typically featured symbolic representations such as Lady Liberty, but not specific individuals. President Theodore Roosevelt, who sought to improve the artistry and cultural significance of American coinage, strongly supported this change. The new design was commissioned from Victor David Brenner, a Lithuanian-born sculptor who had earlier created a well-regarded bas-relief of Lincoln. Brenner's profile of Lincoln was inspired by a photograph taken by Matthew Brady and became the central element on the obverse of the cent in 1909. The reverse design of the penny underwent its first major change in 1959 to mark the sesquicentennial, 150th anniversary, of Lincoln's birth. The wheat ears that originally adorned the back of the coin were replaced with the image of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. This design was created by Frank Gasparo, who later became the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint. The Lincoln Memorial reverse was notable for including, for the first time, a depiction of the same person on both sides of a U.S. coin. If one examines the reverse closely, they can see a tiny seated figure of Lincoln inside the memorial, symbolically tying both sides of the coin together. This design remained in use for 50 years, from 1959 through 2008, and was present on the 2007 Lincoln penny. The obverse of the 2007 penny continued to feature Brenner's original portrait of Lincoln, albeit with slight modifications that had been made over the decades for clarity and striking quality. Lincoln faces right, with the inscription, "In God We Trust," arched along the top edge of the coin, above his head. To the left of Lincoln's profile is the word Liberty, and to the right is the date, 2007. Just below the date is the mint mark, which indicates where the coin was minted. A D denotes the Denver Mint, while an S signifies the San Francisco Mint, which typically produces proof coins. If no mint mark is present, the coin was struck in Philadelphia. Although subtle, these small letters provide critical information to collectors and historians about the origin of the coin. By 2007, the composition of the Lincoln penny was no longer the same as it had been when the coin was first introduced. From 1909 to 1982, most Lincoln cents were struck from a bronze alloy composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. However, due to rising metal costs and inflation, it eventually became more expensive for the U.S. Mint to produce a penny than the coin's face value. In response, the Mint altered the composition of the coin in the early 1980s. Starting mid-1982, all standard Lincoln cents were minted using a core of 99.2% zinc and 0.8% copper, with a thin electroplated outer layer of pure copper, resulting in an overall composition of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. This change significantly reduced production costs while preserving the coin's traditional appearance. The 2007 Lincoln penny, therefore, consists of a zinc core with a copper-plated surface, giving it the familiar reddish-orange tone associated with pennies, despite being mostly zinc inside. The coin weighs approximately 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, or 0.75 inches. It has a plain, smooth edge with no reading or lettering. These specifications have remained standard since the composition change in 1982. The use of zinc instead of solid copper has subtle effects not only on weight and cost, but also on how the coin ages and reacts to environmental conditions. For example, post-1982 pennies tend to corrode more easily when exposed to moisture or acidic conditions, revealing their silvery gray inner core if the outer copper layer is breached. In the context of American history, the 2007 penny holds significance as one of the last regular-issue coins to feature the Lincoln Memorial reverse. In 2009, the U.S. Mint released a special series of 4 different reverse designs to mark the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth and the centennial of the Lincoln cent. These 4 designs depicted different stages of Lincoln's life: his birth and early childhood in Kentucky, his formative years in Indiana, his professional life in Illinois, and his presidency in Washington, D.C. These special 2009 designs were followed in 2010 by the permanent redesign of the reverse, which now features the Union Shield, a symbol of Lincoln's role in preserving the Union during the Civil War. Thus, the 2007 Lincoln penny represents not just a continuation of a long-standing design, but also the end of an era. It stands at the edge of a significant transition in U.S. coinage and memorial iconography. The design elements, Brenner's dignified portrait, Gasparo's architectural depiction of the memorial, and the familiar inscriptions, together form a miniature tribute to Lincoln's enduring legacy. Although millions of these coins were minted and circulated, each one carries with it a piece of American history and reflects the economic, artistic, and political priorities of the United States during the early 21st century. The 2007 Lincoln penny, while a common coin in terms of overall mintage, does possess a few characteristics that may render certain examples rare or valuable under specific conditions. In general, the majority of 2007 Lincoln cents were produced in the hundreds of millions by both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with totals exceeding 3.8 billion coins combined. Because of this high mintage, most circulated examples of the 2007 penny are worth only their face value, 1 cent. However, rarity and value in numismatics are not determined solely by how many coins were minted, but also by factors such as condition, mint errors, unusual die varieties, and limited special issues such as proof coins. One area where the 2007 Lincoln penny can command high value is in its condition, specifically in the mint state, MS, grades. Collectors often seek out coins in exceptional condition, particularly those that are certified by professional grading services such as the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC. In the case of the 2007 penny, coins graded MS-67 or higher are significantly scarcer than lower-grade examples. While a typical uncirculated 2007 penny might be worth a few cents to a dollar, a certified MS-67 or MS-68 coin can sell for several tens of dollars or more, depending on the market and demand. A perfect MS-70 grade, which indicates a flawless coin under magnification, is extremely rare and can sell for hundreds of dollars if one is found, though such examples are generally limited to proof issues or specially struck specimens. Another category that can significantly elevate the value of a 2007 Lincoln penny is the presence of a mint error. Mint errors occur during the manufacturing process and can take various forms, including double strikes, off-center strikes, die clashes, and die breaks. Of particular interest to collectors are double die errors, where the design appears to be doubled due to a misalignment during the die creation process. While there are no widely known or catalogued double die errors for the 2007 Lincoln cent on the level of the famous 1955 or 1969 S varieties, minor doubling and other striking anomalies do exist and are actively sought by error collectors. Coins exhibiting dramatic off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing and a blank area of the planchet is visible, can also command premium prices, especially when the date and mint mark remain clearly visible. In addition to errors, some planchet-related anomalies can make a 2007 penny much more valuable than its face value. For example, a coin struck on a foreign or mis-sized planchet, or one struck on a leftover blank from a different denomination, can be extremely rare. These mistakes are rare but documented, and their value is largely determined by the type of error and the condition of the coin. Such pieces are often submitted to grading services for authentication and may appear in auctions or private sales at significantly elevated prices. The 2007 S-proof penny is another version that carries more value than its standard circulation counterpart. These coins were struck at the San Francisco Mint using specially prepared dies and polished planchets to create a sharp, mirror-like finish. Proof pennies are not intended for general circulation and are sold directly to collectors, typically in proof sets. Because of their high-quality production and lower mintage, often just a few million, proof coins in pristine condition can be worth several dollars each, especially when graded PR69 or PR70 by a reputable grading service. Deep Cameo, DCAM, examples, which exhibit strong contrast between frosted design elements and reflective fields, are especially prized and bring even higher premiums. It is important to note that the value of any 2007 Lincoln penny is highly dependent on demand and the coin's individual features. Even with high mintage numbers, the appeal of pristine condition, unique mint errors, or odd varieties can turn an otherwise common penny into a desirable collectible. Coins found in original bankrolls, mint sets, or unsearched lots may offer the best opportunities for finding such high-value pieces. Although the 2007 penny is not typically associated with the rarest or most valuable coins in American numismatics, it is not without its potential. For collectors, numismatists, or even curious individuals checking their pocket change, the 2007 Lincoln penny can hold surprises. Whether it's a rare strike error, an unusually high-grade specimen, or a visually striking proof coin, certain examples stand well above their ordinary face value. As always in coin collecting, close examination and proper authentication are key to identifying and realizing the potential value hidden in what might seem like an ordinary coin. If you enjoyed today's exploration, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin discoveries, and share this video with fellow collectors. And as always, keep searching for those hidden treasures in your change. You never know when you might stumble upon the next big mystery.